TG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand,
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good evening, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. We have a one-loss side match tonight between Larry from the USA and Rabih from representing the Lebanon, and that starts in 4 minutes' time. We don't have any other matches on the schedule. In fact, that's not the one I want to try. I want to try that one. We've just got this match tonight, and we have Albinario and Spectre Dawn on Thursday. According to Coldest Pillow, Stubb is given no response to the proposal sent to him, and time is running out for that match. I believe it is Friday for the deadline for that match, so Stubb's either going to show up or not, or he's just going to bail out and let it go as a forfeit, because if he hasn't responded, Coldest Pillow is automatically going to go through. So that's the way it's looking at the moment. So we'll see what happens. Welcome to Cobra. I think my my viewer count's broken again by the look of it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's happening. It's okay on my phone, but it's not counting up in the stream again. I don't know why, but anyway, who cares? So I hope Rabih, in fact, incidentally, Rabih and Larry, Rabih was here first. He's been in for half an hour or so. Larry's been in about 15 minutes. Both of them getting a bit of practice, but I hope Rabih realises that he could cause an upset here tonight. I think Larry's vulnerable on this table. But then again, Rabih has to be on his best game, I think. If he's going to take him out, he's going to have to show that level of consistency and take that chance when he gets him in Iraq. If he doesn't do that, if he's not good enough, he won't win. But he does have an opportunity to take Larry out here, I think. Now, why did I come here? I'm going to look here for some sort of reason. Aye, that's what it is. Larry had a first round win over Monster, and then Cobra sent him to the one-loss side. Now, where the hell's Rabih in this situation? There he is. Well, look at the second round match for Rabih. He had a 17-10 win against Brainflout, but then he went to that final rat decider with Tommy. So, he's got the game to give Larry problems in a race to 13. So, Larry will. He'll realise that, but I don't think it's going to affect the way Larry's going to play. That's the problem. Larry's not going to wind it in, and it could cost him in the end. Cobra predicts 13-10. I think it could go quite deep, this game. No message from Steve, so he's obviously busy. Or Larry isn't box office anymore, and Steve can't be bothered backing him. He's just going to he's just going to hang him out to dry. Anyway, welcome to Mark. I'm missing the football, aren't I? I'll see the second half of it. And then I'll see Celtic get their asses handed to them tomorrow night. It'd be great if Celtic could get a win, even if it's just a 1-0 win, a surprise 1-0 win tomorrow night. But then, of course, they've got to go to Germany, and they've got no chance over there. Celtic in Europe, in all the years I've ever known them, their travelling abroad is pretty crap. They are not good away from home, never have been in Europe. Anyway, and the snooker's on as well, the Welsh Open's on, and I've seen absolutely nothing of it at all, so I don't know who's beaten who, what round they're at, who's still left in the tournament. I haven't a clue. But I did notice it was on the BBC. What the hell channel? I was checking my. I checked my emails the other day, by the way, and I was looking back at the history of my emails. I've got emails going back 15 years at least, and I'll tell you why. Because I had the receipt for my Panasonic television that I bought 15 years ago. £900 and odd I paid for it that was when I was working in Curry's. I had my discount off it. £900 odd it cost me for my 37-inch Panasonic telly. I've still got the email for it, so that shows you how old emails I keep. And my telly's out of date because it's not a smart TV, so whenever they say on the television, switch over to iPlayer, you can watch this and that, the next thing. Well, my TV doesn't do that. That was well before smart TVs came out. Am I still rabbiting on here when this room's up and I started? I think I am. They're probably in the middle of the first rack. Well, it looks as if Larry has won the lag, broke off and scratched. That's what it looks like. So here's an instance right off the bat where Rabih can take full advantage here. The only problem with this shot here in the 2 and 4 is the two's going to go along to the 10 ball. Can tell you that straight away. So it depends how soft or hard he's going to hit this, but this 2 ball will be dead in the water unless he leaves a combo in the 10. Yeah, he's hit it hard, but it was always going to go along the rail, but he's got a shot. Fair play to him, he's got a shot. Now I need to test the replay. I wish I knew why that bloody chat thing wasn't working. The viewer count thing wasn't working. It's just irritating. Things like that just irritate and bug me. So he's got to get up the table clean. And the replay is working, which is good. The bad news is he's hooked himself. Well, there you go. Well, it was a reasonable chance, but like I said at the beginning there, that visit was always going to hinge on where that 2 ball went from the combo, and it was always going to go along the short rail. He got the pot, but got himself hooked. Well, Larry's in the same boat. When Larry gets these chances, he's got to find his way out, and he's not been 100% reliable. But this is a good enough table to be doing it on. Mark's, Larry said 13-10 to Larry. Cobra said 13-10 to Larry. Coldest Pillow, good evening. He's going 13-12 to Larry. Aye, I couldn't believe when I stumbled across. Why was I rummaging through my email? I was looking to actually filter out some of the old crap, but then I had that much I couldn't be asked. I just left it. I said, I can't be bothered trawling through all of these. But I've actually got an email, more than one email, but I've got an email from Steve where he sent me a bunch of VP3 serial numbers to give away one time, and that tells you how old those are. I mean, those are donkey's years old and totally useless now, of course. I think they were for the, I can't remember what version of VP3 they were for. But then I found that my television receipt, and I thought, 15 years old, this telly. Yeah, I mean, I could obviously do with renewing that sort of equipment, but then again, I weigh up the pros and cons of how often I sit in front of the television watching anything on it, and I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's worth it at all. Good evening to Hazad. So Larry wins the first rack. Now this is the one that's going to cause the problem. Now the 6 ball goes and the cut on the 4 has caught him out. So, well, I don't think. I think you've got to just play to come in below this 6 ball and play it up table if you can. If you go too far on it, you may well still have a shot in the side. But he's got to just take what he's got. Well, that'll do. That'll do, and he's got to run this through quite a bit here. This cue ball's got to end up here at least to have a decent shot in that 7. He doesn't want a big cut in this 7. And he's nailed to the rail, so he can only really go forward. And he's not going to follow this in if he just trusts his eye line. But he's going to go past the point on the other side of the pocket. Now he's jacking up, but he could run forward here. That'd be the safest route. See, when you start jacking up and trying to do acrobatics, you're asking too much in the shot, and there's a chance come and gone. And this is where you've got to make the right choice. Now, that would have been the right choice if it had gone in, but I still think the odds were not great in jacking up when you're so tight to the rail. To me, the simple shot was to roll that in and just let the cue ball roll out. Take what you've got. And, well, we'll see how many bad choices Rabih makes, or, well, ones that I don't agree with, more to the point. And we'll see how much that's going to cost him. Well, I'm looking at some of the tellies. See, because I've been out of that technique, well, there's Larry giving him another chance, but he might be hooked. Yep, he can't see enough of it. But I've been out of that technology for more than 10 years now, so I see some telly. I was looking at Curry's website the other day, and I'm seeing some tellies at £280 for a 40-odd inch television, and then I'm seeing the same size of screen, and it's 4K and all of that, and it's like 1,500 quid. And I'm thinking, why would I pay 1,500 quid for a telly? The only way I'll get a new telly is if the one I have packs in, and there's no sign of it packing in, because that's when Panasonic tellies were good tellies, when I bought mine. Yeah, but that's got to be a piece of crap though, hasn't it? Is that a Chinese brand, that Hisense? No disrespect to the Chinese, but most of the crap that you get in the world comes from China. Or is it Korean Hisense? Well, finally, Rabih puts away the 10 ball. And we're back all square. Well, that depends on what your definition of good is, Coldest Pillow. I mean, good because it's £280. I mean, it can't be technically good in comparison to an LG at 1,500 quid. Yeah, well, a new television is sort of bottom of the list, along with it sits side by side with a computer, because if this computer does eventually pack in where it's stone dead and it ain't going to work, then that's me out the game. I'll be gone, because I cannot afford a new PC regardless of what anybody thinks. I've barely got a roof over my head by the hours I'm working. I should have put up one of those begging videos like that other guy did I was talking about the other day. I need to do one of them. Listen, I'm almost out of house and home here, and the most I'd end up with is like £3.50. And I'd be lucky if I get that. Aye, I'll put up one of these begging videos. I have lost my job, this, that, and the next thing, and I want to make YouTube my sole way of earning money. Well, you need another 50,000 subscribers. You've got no chance if you're doing VP4. I can see Cobra having an 80-inch television. What is he? Is his eyesight that bad? Well, now if he's got the angle, he can go forward and come up the right side. No, he only had the Yeah, I think he was actually quite straight, so he squeezed the angle out of it. And he's got another angle to come down this left side as we look. Up past the side pocket. See, he's left it a wee bit short. Just a little bit short. That's the only concern you have with these off-angle pots here. That a few players have been vulnerable on them. But it looks like Larry's going to regain the lead. Now my chat isn't working on my bloody phone. What the hell is happening here? The chat's not going up on the phone at all. My Panasonic telly's get picture-in-picture, but it's only get picture-in-picture from an external source, if you know what I mean. So, like, when I used to have Sky connected up to it, I could have the normal telly on and have Sky Sports on. But the thing is that the picture-in-picture was only basic. You only got picture. It didn't give you audio on the picture-in-picture, which I don't think most of them do. So it was never used. Well, picture-in-picture only serves a purpose if there's two football games on at the same time on different channels. That's the only opinion I would think would be good enough for. Yeah, something like that. Keep your eye on one thing while you're watching another. Well, he called the 9, got the kick, but hasn't got a shot. Now this is tricky. He's trying to just nip along the back of that 10 ball there. And, well, there's the line. The commentator's eye says there is a line. In fact, there's an edge of that one, as a matter of fact. But if that one ball was closer to the rail, there was a line up and down to get to that. Well, Rabih's got the hit, but hasn't got it safe. Problem for Larry is he's going to run into the 5, and I think if he just hits this soft enough, and he hits the right or the left half of this ball as we look, he may well stay in a reasonable line to play a 2-4 combo. But it's not a great table. Well, not great for the first couple of shots, certainly. And he's missed a 5. And he's got the right line there. That's pretty good. So this 2 ball's doing the same thing. The cut is taking the 2 ball to the short rail. So Larry's got to decide how hard or soft he's going to hit this. But I think he would want to keep the 2 in play. And I don't think it's worked out for him. No, it hasn't. They are pushing for an internet license. Well, that's a laugh. That really is a laugh. Who's pushing for that? The BBC? That just means even more illegal streams. I sod the BBC. That's a load of shit. I mean, if it meant the BBC had to bring in advertising in order to get rid of the license, then they should have done that years ago. They should have done it years ago. Because this license is just like a license to print money. Good evening to Brainful Out. Welcome to the party. Well, Larry's trying to cut it up the rail, but like many players, they've been cutting them away from the rail. So here's the perfect table for Rabih to prove his worth here. He's 2-1 behind. Larry's made the mistake. Ball in hand. And plot your way out. Now, ideally, he would like to stay above the 6 ball, I think, because that way, if he can, and he's perfect for doing that now. If he can do that, and he can just roll the 6 down into this bottom right hand corner and roll through for the 7. That would be my plan. Sort of roll it down there and bring the cue ball down there, play the 7. He wants to get in a reasonable line. Well, the line he's got now, he's left it short, presumably deliberately, so he can get out into the table. So he's now got to get a line across the left side of the table for this 7 ball. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, he can pot the 7 ball, but he's got more work to do with the cue ball, I think. I mean, I think he might be able to just play this plain ball and just let it come off the rail and up. He's digging in. I'm not so keen on this, but there you go. That's what happens when you start digging in. And I think he made the mistake there, because he should have done what I said and got himself as straight as he could on that ball to roll through. And that's, well, I said right at the beginning there about Rabih making wrong choices from what my opinion is. Now, my opinion is not necessarily the right one, but what I'm doing is comparing his choices with what I would have done. And there's a second instance there where he'd have been better just to get himself straight on that and run it below.
Where's the cue ball going?
And Larry's doing his best to give things back here, but he's got away with it. But there's 2 instances already where Rabih's not quite. He's not been quite at the ballpark with his choice of shot, and it has cost him. I mean, I thought for the life of me he was leaving an angle on that 7 ball so he could go to the rail and come out. So in actual fact, he hit a bad shot to leave him that angle, and he still was determined to play it from this side. So, you know, you make those choices. Good evening to Wit. So here's Rabih again with ball in hand. But this is also where the field is going to thin out as well. You know, them and the one loss side who they don't have the technical application to reliably run a table like this. I mean, the one problem would be the 8 ball, which does go past the 10. And bear in mind where the 7 ball is, it is a bit of an ash to get good on that 8 ball. Having said that, though, this isn't about running out all the time. It's about running to a point where if you can't get any more, you're not happy with it, make sure your opponent can and put them in trouble if you can. And now that 8 and 10 would be handy to duck behind. As it is talking about ducking behind, you don't want to mess about with that 7 ball. You want to get out of there. You should be coming across the table here. Yeah, see, he's not getting into it. He's not getting into it at all. That had to be hit with a firm stun to get that cue ball running. So, you know, there's a technical shot there where he hasn't quite hit it. I mean, he's still got a pot, but the pot is twice as difficult as it would have been. And he's also obviously got the angle to get up for the 6, so got to watch that top left-hand pocket. And that's good pace. And he's got an angle. So here's where he's got to use the head here. So if Rabih doesn't get himself nailed onto this 8 ball, I mean, the odds aren't great he's going to get there and be really good on it. So he really needs to put Larry in trouble. That's probably the course of action that's going to give him the best chance to get out in this rack by at least controlling the table. And he shouldn't be trying too much with this shot, because this is not conducive to be getting really good in this 8 ball from where he's sitting. Got a lot of work to do with the cue ball. Too much. It's as if he's giving it the big build-up to try and do something crazy here, and in all honesty, he shouldn't even be thinking about that. You see, there he's, you know, trying to do too much. Trying to get to something that was really difficult to get to. And what's more, he's given Larry not only a shot, but he's given him a good line and angle to come up and get onto this 8 ball. But Larry's going to have the first chance to get on this. And we've seen how tight it is. You've got to get right down here onto this 8 ball. Or at least, if not, get down below it and bunt it up the table. And Larry's not really getting there, is he? Oh, he's not bad. He's not bad. In fact, that's pretty damn good. I'll give him credit for that. I mean, that's pretty good. And he's got a nice angle to come up top in that 9. So, but again, there's a third decision there by Rabih. Well, this is no good. Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you. I keep talking about I'll say that again. The vulnerabilities, they're all there. But Rabih's made 3 wrong decisions, 3 wrong shot choices so far. This one hasn't cost him the rack yet, but it could now that he's hooked. Or has he got an edge in this 9 ball? Well, he's got an edge. This is going to be really difficult to hit and keep safe. Yeah, that's a foul, ball in hand. He's caught the 10, so it's going to be 4-1. You've got to buckle up your ideas here, or buck up your ideas, Rabih. And you've got to start doing it quick, I'm afraid. Well, I mean, you could try and jump over the edge, but again, it was not that long a distance either. And with the unreliability of the play cue, you know, your odds weren't good in getting a decent jump in that. But then again, you know, that was probably easier than trying to do what he tried to do. So Larry's already in that comfort zone. But again, still likely to give up chances for Rabih. He's gave up chances and Rabih's not delivered in any of them yet. Not really. I think Rabih's maybe relying on Larry doing all the hard work and breaking down with 3 balls left on the table to give Rabih an easier option to get out. Or easier opportunity. But this right now is a must. He must get out of here. I don't think any other outcome is going to be good enough, I'm afraid. And straight away, he needs to make that choice in where he's going to play this 4 ball from. Now, if you pot the 3 and stop the cue ball, you'll have an angle where you can cut that 4 and nip across into the gap, maybe. Now, let me have a look at this. Right, he can nip this 4 in, nip it in, maybe a wee dab of right, and kick it off the rail. He doesn't really want to bump any of these. He doesn't look as if he's playing it. Now you see, there's. I mean, that wasn't the right shot to play. You could play to get a lot better on that 5 ball. The cue ball's now running loose. He's not got this under tight control, so this cue ball can end up anywhere here. I think he should have been playing the right shot to get up the table to go on that 5. Well, that'll do. But did he bump that 10 ball there? Well, no problem. The 8 ball still goes. But that shot that he played there, it just tells me that he's not 100% confident, and he's overhit that. He can still pot this. I mean, he doesn't need to put any English on it, I don't think. He's going to follow it in.
Where's the cue ball going?
No, see, he's not taking his time over that shot. He had to stop himself there and look at that shot. I think he can get that clean enough and stop the cue ball. So that's going from bad to worse. And again, the shot he played initially there, the one I was talking about, was leaving that angle, nipping the cue ball and coming across the table. And, well, you would assume that he would have an idea that you can play that shot, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But he sort of bottled out and decided to not try any tricky stuff. He decided to leave the long, thin cut, but he's never got the cue ball under control doing that. That's just a let's pot that ball and see where the cue ball's going to finish up if I play it a decent weight. And that's why Rabih's survival now is not looking good odds. Now, if he can find the form that he had playing against Tommy, all well and good, but he's leaving it a bit late at 5-1 behind already. Is that tomorrow afternoon, that match you're talking about, Maguire and Williams? And I presume tomorrow's Wednesday. They're still playing first to 4, or at the they'll probably still be playing. They'll probably have to play 2 matches tomorrow, one in the afternoon and one at night, because that's how these tournaments work nowadays. What the hell does that say? BO? I can't understand. I don't know what that means. BO7. Oh, best of 7 it is, aye. So it's still the first to 4, aye. Larry's landed in top of the 5 this time. How can he get away from this 5 ball? Try to go. Well, this is tricky if he was trying to run around the corner and go behind the 10. I mean, there's just not enough balls in any sort of cluster to try and duck. Well, I don't think Rabih can refuse calling the bank. He's got to go for it. Got to go for the bank. Bloody cheeky kids, no respect. Who the hell are you talking to, Mark? It's as if Mark's sort of been reclining half asleep in his chair and then he just woke up and typed that. You know, it's as if Mark's just sitting there nodding away, half asleep, and then suddenly decides to type something. Oh dear, this ain't going to be good. I don't know what a boomer is. What is a boomer? I see, I'm old now as well, and all of this fancy talk and fancy slang stuff's all going over my head. Now he's kicked it in. Good shot, good recovery. By the way, Coldest Pillow, no joy from Stub yet, I presume. Oh, I was driving to the death road. That's overcut. Well, Rabih's not going to have much of a shot in this 10 ball, but he'll have a shot. But it's a big ask, even just to get out here in this setup. Now again, there shouldn't be much thinking involved in this. All you have to do is cut that 8 ball, come back across the table to the same rail that he's at right now and leave some sort of cut in the 10. That's all you can do. You can't try and do anything else. Oh dear. Well, he's not learning his lesson here. This is tough. An all or nothing shot. Big 2-rack swing possible here if he gets this. And they're tough. They're tough in the 10-footer. So this is going to be, it's looking very likely right now it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Not what I was hoping for. I thought Rabih had every chance of causing Larry problems, but if anything, he's actually he's making life a lot easier for Larry at the moment by not punishing him. And that's where you can make inroads and send a message to your opponent, but Rabih's not been able to do it. Good evening to Blind Hog. Oh dear, it's going from bad to worse, I'm afraid. It is going pear-shaped in every form. It's like an infection. If you're not playing with any confidence, it just spreads. It spreads in everything you do. You know, it affects your touch, affects your confidence, you know, all of that. And then everything just goes from bad to worse. It just magnifies. Well, Steve's rattling on about bloody rotation or whatever the hell he was talking about. This Filipino thing that he wants to do that nobody's going to play in. Nobody. I've never seen anybody playing Filipino rotation in a room. I've never seen anybody doing it. And this is where he gets things wrong. He puts games into VP4 that he likes, not what the punters like. That's the problem. But it's his toy. Do with it what he wants. That's maybe one way he's been going wrong over the years. sticking stuff in he likes but nobody else is bloody interested in. Or else the place would be heaving with people playing Filipino rotation. Right, well, just as a reminder to the latecomers, this match is the one that's on tonight, and there's only one other match remaining on the schedule right now, and that's the big one with Albinario and Spectre Dawn on Thursday, which will be at 8 p.m. GMT. I will be there for that, so I hope you can join us. And that was a 3-foul loss there for Rabih. So Larry, with an unassailable 7-1 lead, I would suggest. He's halfway home. However...
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, it's gone into that left side pocket. So again, now Rabih's not been able to do this yet. He's had ball in hand more than once. And is that the first on of World Championship? I don't know what Coldest Pillow's talking about, and I don't know who he's talking to. Is that the first on? Right, that's I think the one that he was supposed to, that he's talking about putting in, maybe at the same time as the snooker. Oh, first 3-foul. You might be right. I can't remember. Well, it might be in terms of the matches I've watched. I'm not sure, but you might be right. But anyway, as I was saying, Rabih's had 2 or 3 goes here at trying to run these tables out, and he's already got himself awkward in this 5-ball. This cue ball could come over and bump the 10 and end up with nothing but a bank in the 6. Now that's why I rarely play it. Blind Hog, the eyes have gone, and as I said, Rabih is just not. He's not got that control, and opportunities are coming, but as quick as they come, they go out the window. And Larry's feeling no pressure at all now. Larry can relax, and the knowledge that the way things are going, that even when Larry does make a mistake, and he still will, Rabih's just not up to it tonight. He ain't going to get the job done. He's had more than 3 or 4 opportunities to punish Larry and has failed to do it. And Larry's played the big stunt to get to the 7. Hangs the 6-ball. And this is tough to pot and get the cue ball down for this set. He's got to hit it thin for a start and cut it to the left jaw if he's going to get this cue ball running up and down. If he hits it too thick, he's not going to get the cue ball anywhere near this 7-ball. And that looks not bad. It needs to slow up though. Well, he's got a shot. Now, this is just... Well, in fact, I'll tell a lie. The problem he's got here is, again, he's too close to the rail. If he's brave enough, he would have to try and play it to the short side of this 8-ball, which is interfering with the 10 if you're just going to let it run out. Now, it needs to slow up, though. This is a danger, or it needs to keep going. Yeah, that was always going to be the issue. And that's all because he was stuck to the rail. Now, Larry, I would think we'd be going 2-3 rails here. It's going to be 8-1. Hard to believe that Rabih took Tommy to a final rack decider. You know, that might have been the best you were ever going to get out of Rabih in that match, because he's nowhere near that standard in this one tonight. He's not at the party at all. Larry's break looks distinctly dry. Well, he's got the cover. Oh no, he hasn't. He's left an edge again, and Larry can get down and dirty here and head up into that corner. Or can you not see an edge, or is it my eyes that are that bad? Well, I thought you could see an edge in that. Maybe not. Anyway, tried to kick at it, missed it, and here we go again. This is like deja vu for Rabih. I think Rabih's dreading these opportunities, because I don't think he's got any confidence whatsoever to actually deliver in this. You know, if you look at this table, the immediate problem's the 4-ball. And considering where the 3-ball is, that's going to stump him straight away. That's making things really difficult. Not only that, it's the fact that the 5 and the 6 are in a line where you're trying to get the cue ball out of there. So his odds in doing much here are not great. He could take a huge risk and try and bump the 4 here, and hopefully he still has a shot in the 3, but he could be hooked. You know, you've got to think on your toes pretty quickly here, Rabih, in terms of what you've got available. He's got a chance to bump the 4, but if he's going to bump the 4, he's going to have to dig into that cue ball, cut that, and get a little draw to the 4, and hopefully has a shot in the 3. It's the only way he's going to run out. Now, well, he either didn't see it or wasn't confident enough or daft enough to take the risk. I would have probably took the risk and hoped to had a shot in the 3, because it is the one surefire way you're giving yourself a chance to get out. The best he's going to get is a combo. Well, I'm assuming he wants to get below it to cut it up the rail. He's got that shot. And how good is he going to be in the 5-ball though from here? Who the hell are we saying Demon is now? Well, it's got in off the 8. Oh, look at this. Is he getting a bit of luck? Yeah, well, he's got a shot in the 5. Now, again, you've just got to drop this in and let the cue ball open out a little bit off the rail. You don't need to do anything fancy. You just got to pot the ball and control the pace in this cue ball. The cue ball's taking the right line. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's okay, still got a shot, but none of these are comfortable. What did we say about Demon? It's going from the pressure's building up again here. He's got a cut in this side pocket. He's going to probably bump the 10. He might miss it left side. Depends how hard he hits the 7, I think. But needless to say, he needs to get something going. No, he's run straight into it. And now, like every other rack he's had, everything suddenly becomes really difficult. Can you see enough of that to actually pot it? It's very touchy. I think this is where you have to tweak the cue ball a little bit, maybe. Now, it won't bank because the 9 ball's too much in the way. It won't bank, it won't go in off the rail or anything. That's too much in the way. So he's only got one option to try and convince. Now, I think he needs to aim a bit further right to get past this 10 ball. I think he's aiming too close. No, commentator's eye was wrong. In fact, he had loads of room to get to that. Anyway, it is another chance come and gone. Well, it probably is. It probably would be coldest pillow. In terms of a breach of privacy, it probably would be for Steve to start blotting that information out. That's for him to know, and for us just to make up our own minds as to who's who. But there is an IP program out there. I remember I used it years ago. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but there is an IP checker. There are probably loads of them out there that can give you a location. But is it actually worth your while bothering about it? Let's be honest. Well, again, Larry looks as if he's just going to be completing the formalities here. Was it Netstat? Oh, aye, that rings a bell. That rings a bell. Well, dare I give Rabih a target? Get to 3 racks. That's a tall order when we consider the chances he's had. His visits to the table, at least 3 with ball in hand, and got nowhere near getting the job done. Oh. Well, the line's certainly not there to get to that 1 ball, not off the long rail that I can see, unless he's going to try and go long rail, short rail and catch the 1. That's tight. That looks tight. Oh, that's a great effort. A great effort. It was very close that he could get there, but I'll tell you, I mean, it did everything but drop. Well, how's that 6 and 7 sitting for a start? Well, they're nowhere near a combo. So, again, this is where Rabih, he has to use his head. You've got a table that is to your benefit if you're in control of it. You can put Larry in trouble. And I think Rabih's he's thinking maybe a wee bit too one-dimensional at the moment, where I think he's trying to do far too much. But in this situation, you can take the 2, the 3, and the 4 and 5. In fact, not even take the 5, duck for cover off the 5, and you can hide up in amongst those balls. He's got to get a good safety here. Because if he's going to keep potting balls and then hoping for some sort of miracle shot to get to the 6 or break the 6 out, then I think he's asking far too much. You've got to play within your limitations. That guy's a bit of an asshole, apparently, that Carlos Lindo. Well, like I said about what Rabih's trying to do. I mean, this, he can see the edge of the 6. He's probably going to have a blast at it to try and thin cut it, but he is in well over his head here, Rabih. Well, he's trying to play a safety, but that's really absolutely no good at all. So, once again, the shot choice or shot decisions are not good from Rabih. He's fallen well short of the level you need to be to survive in this tournament on this performance tonight. Now, in that respect, we'll see this shot. Good bank from Larry. No shot in the 7, so he'll be ducking. Let's have a look at the bracket here and see how things are shaping up. So Larry presumably is going to go through and play this demon guy. You've got Matt lined up with DJ Simon after Matt's win last night over Wink at Me. You've got this Stub match where it looks like Coldest Pillow's going to be advanced. I think Stub's bottle has gone completely by the look of it. And we have Laser against Bedhead. That's the way it stands. Well, Rabih, here's a chance. And he's overcut it again. Everybody's fell foul of this 10-foot table. And in fact, some have been really caught out by it, especially early on. And whenever you have these off-angle cuts, it's something that, you know, some players have taken to them a lot better. But there's been frailties in a number of players when those suddenly come up. Oh, I gave that Apollon guy the elbow many years ago in VP3. Like I said, he was the one that had a, what was it? He had a 2,700 rating in snooker, and so I spent all my time beating that and then and letting him know about it. I think I got mine. I think I got my rating ahead of his, and then never spoke to him again. In fact, I'll tell you the last time I spoke to him, when I booted bloody, what's his face? I booted Glenn and Matt out of the snooker because the two of them are pissing about. And he said I shouldn't have booted them. Well, I did. And I think that was the last time we spoke to him. Well, I used to be pretty good, mind you. That was 2 reasons. It was easier in VP3 and the eyes were better then. The only thing I'm still pretty good at is the safety side of it, but the rest of it, forget it. No, I mean I can't. I'm seeing 2 edges to balls, especially on the 12-foot table. In the perspective that I'm seeing it, it's not conducive to stringing 3 balls together, let alone make anything. 10-foot table. That's the fun thing I vowed I'd never do, is play snooker on the 10-foot table. It's a bloody pool table. There should be a Friday night 9-ball for snooker on Sundays. What the hell are you talking about, Coldest Pillow? That is a load of gobbledygook garbage bullshit you're talking there. What the hell are you saying? Oh, we could all have a video on YouTube of us all making a 147. Yes, we used to have Sunday snooker. Remember, I keep telling you, I used to have to set 2 tournaments. I had the crowds flocking in to play Sunday snooker in VP3. See, since I quit being a TD, it's died an even bigger death. It's died an even bigger death. The proof's there, the proof's there. Bloody Friday night, 9 balls died a death as well. Aye, well, I know why he stopped it, because it was becoming a total, complete waste of time. You know, getting nobody in the tournaments. It's not worth your while setting a tournament week in, week out, and nobody's bloody interested. But now that Steve's added the handicap into it, then it might be a wee bit more attractive for the sort of numpty level player to actually play a wee bit. I mean, I might even enter it with a handicap. No, it would go on too late. Christ almighty, I remember Sunday snooker tournaments going on to 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's no word of a lie. They used to start at 7 o'clock, and it'd still be going on at 1 o'clock in the morning. You'd have 2 numpties playing in a race to 3, in a round 2 match or a round 1 match that goes on for like an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, because they're shit and they can't pot a ball. We used to have that. That's why it became so bad. I decided to have 2 tournaments and put all the numpties into the one and all the decent players into the other, and let them fight it out themselves. Oh dear, them were the days. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing to see Rabih's not up to it tonight. And clearly, he played his best game was the match he lost to Tommy in that final rack. Maybe that knocked the stuffing out of him. You know, to go all that way and then to come out in the wrong end of a beating, that might have killed any real interest he had. And obviously, the way he's played tonight's certainly not helped any situation. And Larry's had it all too comfortable. But I fear for Larry's progression in the tournament. You know, he's living on borrowed time as well, Larry. But especially up against this demon guy, I think this is a player who will punish Larry and will take those opportunities, and that's just the big difference. Little billiard off the 3, bringing it into play, knocking, what was it, the 5 ball in, was it? Or whatever ball it was, the 4. Oh dear, and then he misses a sitter in the 3 ball. Unbelievable. Now, you see what I was saying about Larry's vulnerability? Here we go again, Rabih. Now, another table where you want to be playing this 4 ball from inside. You don't, that way you're not interfering with the 6. And straight away he's hit it far too hard. You know, this is, again, he's given himself more work to do, whereas if he had finished inside or like that, parallel with the 4, then everything was good. He could get out of there. Well, he's okay now. In fact, tell a lie, I take it all back. My bad, because I forgot there was only the 6 ball next. I apologise. I apologise profusely to Rabih. I'm looking around the table thinking, Yeah, that's not the next ball, and it bloody well was. Now, well, it's well off the rail. Now, all you want to do is maybe come across and bump one of them or go behind them, whatever it is, but stay away from them. Now, this is no good. He's too straight again. Well, just go and buy a national lottery ticket because you have as much chance of winning this as predicting where this cue ball's ended up here. Well, if it keeps going, he can bury Larry. Now, I think he's got to call the bank just in case here. This might be a bank if he's going to try and nail Larry. He's hitting it soft enough. Yeah, he's hit it soft enough. So this is a good chance here. Well, a chance to get a second rack. I gave him a target of 3, so he's struggling to get to 3. Oh, this might get there. Hang on a minute.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, unlucky, Larry. it was looking at going 3 times across the table to again, and then it bumped the cue ball in. Well, you won't get as good a chance as this. Now, why is he hitting this up past the pocket? That's what I'm asking, because that's asking to nudge the point, isn't it? Yeah, he's going the right way this time. He's going the right way now. Well, even I can roll this 10 ball in, and that's with a wooden leg and one arm and an eye patch on. I could get that in. So he's got 2. And he's got a ball. Now, again, he's got a great opportunity to put Larry in trouble. Well, can he see the 1 ball more at the point? No, I don't think he could. Oh, dear.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, dear. And I'll tell you something. Larry could have Rabih on a 3 foul here. He could have Rabih on a second 3 foul, Larry. Look at the way those balls are lined up. Well, Larry looks as if he's going hell for leather here to actually move stuff. I think that he's trying to batter this into the side pocket and run through. I presume he is. No, he isn't. He's just, I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what Larry's doing. Not a clue. Calling the crossover bank. Right, okay then, Dave, if you're none of those 2 players, then who the hell are you then? Right, has he hooked himself here? Let's have a look. Oh dear, has he? No, he's okay. No, tell a lie, I forgot he's in the 3 ball. It's that time of night, folks. It's after 8 o'clock. My brain's going downhill. I've got every excuse in the book. And that's a cracking shot. But this is going to end up dead, is it? Wait a minute, he might knock the 4 in. Oh, now. Can he waft that and get it into the pocket? I think he can. I think he's got to waft it. No, he can't. Did he play a safe? No, I'm not sure. But I think he'll be in dire straits in a second. He'll be Mark Knopfler in a second. He definitely will be. Now, did he call the 7? Yes, he did. So Larry's at the point where he just wants to get this over and done with. He didn't want to mess about for 20 minutes doing this. So he's just trying to get things done, and I can see where Larry's coming from. Now, can he get this 5 and get clean up the table? This is a dodgy line. He's trying to pinch a wee bit so he doesn't follow it in. In fact, he's playing it soft just to leave the big bedhead cut. You found my stream the other week when scrolling YouTube. I didn't think anybody found my streams, hence why we've only got 13 people watching, and I'm one of them. Well, that's a good shot. This needs to bounce to have a shot in 8, and he's got the shot. Well, it looks reasonably tight to the rail, this 8 ball. Let's have a look. In fact, yeah, it's nasty, that 8 ball. Yeah, he's got it. So, this match is, what, an hour and 7 minutes old? Well, I don't think it's barely going to go by an hour and 10, and we'll be done for the night.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, that little nudge off the point there has done him a big favour. He's sitting with a reasonable angle to get to the hill. Well, the pain and misery will soon be over for Rabih. But let's hope it doesn't, this experience doesn't put him off playing in these tournaments, because it's the only way you're going to get better. Well, it's one way you're going to get better in terms of the competition side of things. The other ways you're going to get better is maybe watching some of these matches with some of the better players, and then thinking about the execution of shots, because that's where you then take your game to that next level and you get more confidence with that cue ball and the ability to control it. Because that's the big step that a lot of players need to make, is make that. Your entry level is potting balls. But if you don't have certain knowledge, there's certain shots that will evade you, because you simply don't see them. You just don't know they're there. And poor Rabih can't get a break. Hooked in the 2. And this might be his last shot. But that's well played, apart from the fact he's not really got a great shot in the 3, but at least he's dug himself out of a hole there. Now, this might cut. You've got to give it a little waft. Well, in fact, he's actually, I think he's sort of, that was in between sort of missing it in the way up and hitting it in the way back, that 3 ball. Well, no joy, so Larry's dead straight. He can pinch a wee bit here and hit it firm and jack up to stun. And he looks as if he's running to the short side here. Is he running around to come the short side? Yes, he is. Hang on.
Where's the cue ball going?
Now, is Larry running for cover here, or is he going all out? Played the bank. Rabih has maybe one more chance here to get to the target of 3 that I gave him. The biggest problem's the 6 ball, but the 6 ball you can get to. But can he get the first 2 of them? And he needs to leave himself the angle in the 5, so he's done the first part. Now, the problem with the angle in the 5 is he's got too much angle. Now, if you start trying to be cute and dropping this in dead weight, well, he's played it very well. In fact, he's controlled that a lot better than I thought he was going to be able to there. Again, is he trying to come back the way rather than just go forward and go to the short side of the 7? Looks simple enough to me. No, he's come out. Right, that's fine. Got a bump. All good so far. Now, is it a little roll through? Far enough. Now, this the only thing that worries me about doing that for the 8 in the side. Well, see, that's fine. Although he's running away from the 9, he's not going to run far, and he's going to have a reasonable cut in the 9. And he should be then, from that cut, going up the table for the 10 ball into the same pocket. At least that should be the plan. Right, he's all good. So nothing to do other than just pot this and let the cue ball run up high enough. Don't underhit it. Get it up high enough. And that'll do. So he's got my target of 3. So well done for at least achieving that. Yeah, that's dealt with the troublemaker. Well, there's no more shit stirring. I'm the shit stirrer in here. Oh, I'm going to lose a subscriber because of that. Oh dear. That's me one more far away from 1,000 subscribers. Well, if Larry can get out of here clean one way or another and get a shot in this 5, he should be home and dry. He's brushed the 7, but if this cue ball keeps running, and if it keeps going like that, Larry will be more than pleased. He's got nothing to do other than get the potting angle in this 5 and just go to the rail and go through. And as long as he's not nailed to the rail, that'll do. That's perfect. Because now he can get into the cue ball. He's slightly the wrong side of the 6, but that's nothing. It's just a draw. And this game is over, folks. That's the thing about moderation in my live stream. Now that I've got YouTube in the phone, I've got the moderation control as well. The thing about my moderation is you don't get a warning. There's no sort of debate. You just get bloody muted. That's what happens. And then you find out. I don't negotiate with you. I just mute you. I'm a mean son of a bitch. I think you're a bit late for that encouragement. But Rabih, get to 4. What the hell happened to Larry, by the way, when I was too busy paying attention to the chat and not looking at what was happening? What did Larry do? What did he miss? Yeah, YouTube makes up for me not being a moderator in the VP4 lobby. I can get my revenge in the stream. Well, there you go. Rabih's got to 4. Well, Well, thanks for that information, Blind Hog. I gathered that Larry had missed, but I was wanting a bit more detail on what actually happened. Thanks for telling me he missed. You know, that's much appreciated. Well, Rabih's he's got a ball in the break, but didn't have a shot. I don't know whether he's got cover though. No, he hasn't. And again, well, the two balls tied up, so there's no way Larry's going to try any acrobatics here, surely. And don't call me Shirley. Why is he playing the bank when the two balls up there? That's the bit I don't understand. Is he trying to run forward with this bank and spin it? He's tweaking it with a bit of right. Yeah. He had the right idea, he's just overhit it. In fact, I thought that was tight. There is room for the two to go. Well, he can still have a blast at this. He might as well, if he's chosen to play the bank in the first place, he might as well give it a good go. Now, this is going to be too close, is it? Let's have a look. Now, let me have a look. That'll still cut. He might scratch though into the top corner, but it will cut. He's got to blast it though. He's got to hit it to get the momentum into this four ball. He's digging in to try and avoid a scratch. And that'll do it. Everything okay so far. Now, is he going to play to bump this six ball? If he was, he would be jacking up. Or is he trying to go around the back of it? The 10 ball's in play. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. Is he trying to just go forward? Yeah, he did play for the bump. Yeah. Now, well, you would think now he's got to duck. Bump it into the 7 and try and use the 10, or is he going to try and roll dead? Well, he's not getting to a rail here. Oh, he is. He just got it. Well, good luck to Rabih, because this most likely will be it if he doesn't get the hit. Now, let's have a look. Now that's awkward. Yeah, you can get in behind the 8 ball to get to the 6. Now, if he hits this in a certain way, he could use the 7. If he's just hit it too hard, I think everything about that was actually okay. It's just the fact he hit it too hard. He could have used the 7 there. So the 7 ball is now guarded by the 8. So Larry's played the little bump and he's got no joy. Hoping for a better bounce than that, but he's deciding he's going for the back cut. And this goes in, it's all done and dusted. Cue ball's coming around into the table for the 8. And he hasn't got the line. Now, how's the 7 ball doing? Oh, is it going past the 8? Yes, it is. And Rabih, another lifeline. So, this cue ball isn't going to scratch as long as he just lets it take its natural course and get out into the table around the 2 rails. Now, this is where you just play a little dig and come back off this 8 ball and don't chicken out delivering the cue. See, that's not quite got control of it. You see what I mean? He's not quite delivered the cue there and he's left it short. You've got to dig into that and get that bite in the cue ball to get it to there. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be there. He's got it. But again, just a little bit of execution of the shot is lacking a wee bit there. But anyway, he's got the job done and he's got another rack on the board. And he's got no joy in the follow-up. Typical. Now Larry's got a problem. And this problem could be resolved off the 2-ball. Well, he's not thinking about that. I was thinking that if he had got on that 2-ball in such a way, he could maybe have played a bump here, because there's no way the 4-ball goes. He could have maybe played a bump and still had a shot in the 3. So now I'm either thinking he's playing to lock up the cue ball onto this 5, or I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to draw into them. And, well, it's came out good as far as having a shot goes. We're going to be able to see that. Yes, we are. Got the little nudge. Cue ball opens up at the back of the 5.
Where's the cue ball going?
And meanwhile, he misses the 4 and almost scratches in the side. And Rabih just might be getting a wee bit more confidence here. All far too late, of course. But a chance to get another rack. Now this cue ball needs to run round the back of that and not hook behind the 7. And that'll do. Okay, the cue ball, if he's running forward, is just running towards the rail. And he's a bit straight, so, I mean, if he can run forward with loads of juice and get down to the rail and back up into the table. No, he's missed that by a country mile, hasn't he? He's missed that by a mile. His only lifeline now is that 8-ball. That's his only lifeline. Now, is Larry going to go too straight here? Oh, maybe he can nip around the corner off this 7, or is he trying to come straight across into the gap? I think he's coming into the gap. Yep, he's trying to get into the gap. Oh dear. Oh, he's got the bump. That was threatening disaster there with the hook. But he's home and dry now, folks. A little bit delayed, but he's got there in the end. And Larry knows that his next match, the questions are going to be asked of him, and he will be under serious threat in his next match. So Larry wins very comfortably in the end, under absolutely no pressure, by 13 racks to 5. Well done to Rabih for at least turning up. You know, many a player bottle out when they sometimes when they see who they're playing and they don't have the fight for it. But I think Rabih's got spent after that first match against Tommy, the disappointment of losing that final rack. But at least he got a wee bit more respectability than being stuck in 2. He got the 5 racks in the end. So we now know that it definitely is Larry through to play Demon. And the deadline for that match and for those matches there, the Matt and Simon match, is February the 19th. Now, needless to say, Matt should be the strong favourite against Simon. Simon's good enough to get racks, but Matt is a lot more clinical in his cue ball control than what Simon is, and he should be too strong for him. It's asking a lot for Simon to stay deep in that match, but you never know. You've got to live in hope. If things don't go quite as good for Matt, and Simon, above all, can take the opportunities, that's a different thing. It's about taking those opportunities to stay with Matt, and if it goes deep, then it's, squeaky bum time. Anything can happen. Larry's got to be good for this next match, and again, if he can limit those unforced errors, because those are going to cost him in this next match, I feel. So his neck is on the block, for surviving in this tournament. Right, well, unless anything else happens over the next day or so, there only is one match left in the bracket, and that is Albinario and Spectre Dawn, and that is, where is it? Down in this half of the bracket. What? It's a round 3 match. I was thinking it was round 4. But needless to say, the winner already knows who they're going to be playing. Cobra's lying in wait. So these matches are going to be the usual suspects, I'm afraid. If you're anybody else in the tournament, it's the usual suspects that are going deep on the winner's side. Is there anybody from this one-loss side going to be good enough to give them a game when they bump into one of them? Well, you've got Tommy there. You've got Interchange X still on the winner's side as well. You know, is Interchange X going to be the dark horse? Is Matt going to finally come through? You know, you've got all of that. Is Larry ever going to win one of these? You know, there's all those questions talked about. Is Coldest Pillow anywhere? No, because he's went home, is he not? No, Stubb doesn't even come into the equation. He's long gone. He's long gone. You'll take him down, no problem. But whether you're good enough and whether you've got the less, you know, more than the one-dimensional train of thought when you're playing deep in these tournaments, because I think that's going to go a long way for your surviving. You've got to start using the head. So you have. Anyway, all of that's to worry about in the future. That's it, folks. Well done to Larry. Unlucky Rabih, but I'm afraid you're just not good enough at this level at the moment. But the good thing is you've got the opportunity to get better. Just keep trying. Keep getting some practice if you can. Right, we're going to see you later, folks. I'm off for a coffee. I don't need to go to work tomorrow, but I'll probably fall asleep in an hour's time anyway, so I'll bid you good night. And we'll see you again on Thursday night. If you can join us, 8 o'clock GMT. I will be there. I hope you can too. So see you later and good night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.